Duduzile Zuma-Sambudla, daughter of former South African President Jacob Zuma, took to X, formerly known as Twitter, this morning to share a picture of herself alongside her father during their high-profile visit to Gabon for the official swearing-in ceremony of that country's president. She captioned the photo with the words, "Just the two of us. The Zumas take Gabon." In the image, Jacob Zuma is seen dressed in a dark suit while Duduzile stands confidently beside him in an elegant black gown, the pair exuding a clear message of unity and strength. Within hours of posting, the photo had spread widely, going viral across social media platforms and stirring admiration, curiosity, and criticism alike. Many of her followers took to the comments section to commend her loyalty and elegance. Some remarked, "Dudu never leaves her father's side, a true daughter," while others were less generous, labeling her "poor Dudu" and implying she might be using her father's political stature to maintain her own relevance. As the post gained traction, an additional image surfaced. It featured Duduzile and Jacob Zuma posing with MK Party Secretary General Floyd Shivambu and other African dignitaries present at the same event. This photo fueled even more speculation and discussion, with some users debating whether a broader Pan-African political alignment might be forming discreetly behind the scenes. For many observers, this appearance was not just a simple father-daughter moment. It was seen as yet another demonstration of solidarity and influence by the Zuma family on the continental stage. Duduzile has repeatedly positioned herself as her father's most loyal supporter, especially within politically charged environments. Her post not only reinforced her unwavering allegiance to her father but also underscored the continued significance and relevance of the Zuma name in African politics, especially as election cycles loom across several African nations. The re-emergence of Jacob Zuma into such continental events comes at a time when political temperatures are rising rapidly within South Africa and in neighboring countries. For those closely observing South Africa's political trajectory, this image of unity speaks volumes. Jacob Zuma's MK party is making strategic moves and alliances that many believe could reshape not only the internal political battlefield but also broader Pan-African relations. With figures like Floyd Shivambu standing visibly beside him in Gabon, it becomes hard to dismiss the possibility of coordinated efforts aimed at influencing political dynamics both locally and regionally. Duduzile's online activity has frequently drawn public attention, but what makes this recent post particularly intriguing is the timing and context. South Africa is facing an election season marked by fragmentation, rising dissatisfaction with mainstream parties, and a public increasingly open to alternative voices. By presenting herself alongside her father and powerful allies from other African nations, Duduzile subtly reminds her followers and critics alike that her family is still a key player to watch. There is also the symbolic weight carried by the setting of Gabon itself. Gabon, like several African nations, has recently undergone significant political shifts, and its new leadership is eager to cement alliances with influential regional figures. The presence of the Zumas at such an important ceremony indicates a recognition of their enduring clout. Analysts suggest that such gestures, whether intentional or coincidental, signal a broader strategy where Jacob Zuma's network extends beyond South Africa's borders into influential circles throughout Africa. For Duduzile, remaining in proximity to her father is not just about familial loyalty but about aligning herself with powerful political currents that could yield long-term influence. Criticism directed at Duduzile often centers on perceptions of opportunism, but her supporters argue that she is merely safeguarding her family's political legacy in an environment that often discards former power players too quickly. The sight of Floyd Shivambu in the group photo only intensifies speculation. Known for his sharp political maneuvers and ties with various factions, Shivambu's alignment, whether temporary or long-term, with the MK party introduces yet another dynamic to South Africa's complicated political chessboard. It suggests possible shifts in loyalties, emerging partnerships, or strategic collaborations intended to challenge established entities like the ruling African National Congress. Social media, as always, becomes both the battleground and amplifier of such developments. Duduzile's savvy use of platforms like X ensures that every gesture, every post, and every image is immediately dissected by supporters, critics, and political commentators alike. With her consistent public alignment with Jacob Zuma, she strengthens not just her image but also keeps the Zuma legacy active in the minds of citizens ahead of crucial elections. What remains clear through all of this is that Duduzile Zuma-Sambudla has positioned herself not merely as a daughter but as an active participant and possible influencer in South Africa's and Africa's evolving political future. Her appearance with her father in Gabon highlights a deliberate showcasing of both familial unity and political relevance. As elections approach and regional dynamics continue shifting, the visibility of such alliances will undoubtedly attract both strategic attention and public scrutiny. For many South Africans and Africans more broadly, the question now is not whether the Zumas will be involved in the continent's political future, but rather how deeply and in what ways they will shape its outcomes. And for Duduzile, the answer appears to be simple: wherever her father stands, she will be standing firmly by his side, navigating both admiration and criticism in equal measure. As always, we want to hear your thoughts. Do you think Duduzile Zuma-Sambudla's latest post was simply a daughter supporting her father? Or do you believe it signals deeper political strategies in the works? Leave your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into South African and African politics. Your input helps keep this conversation alive, and we'd love to hear from you guys about what you think this all means for the future. Hit that like button if you enjoyed this breakdown and share it to keep the discussion going. What makes this situation even more complex and layered is the deeper context of Jacob Zuma's ongoing influence both within the MK party and in broader political circles that have never fully distanced themselves from his legacy. Despite facing numerous legal battles, controversies, and a highly publicized fallout with elements within the ruling African National Congress, Zuma has demonstrated time and time again an uncanny ability to remain relevant and influential. His daughter Duduzile's constant presence amplifies this resilience, giving it a modern social media-powered platform that spreads his messages, appearances, and alliances far beyond traditional political spaces. The image of her standing proudly beside her father in Gabon is not just a casual family portrait but a calculated message to supporters, detractors, and undecided political forces. It signals that the Zuma faction remains intact, vocal, and determined to maintain visibility, irrespective of legal or political hurdles.